Community Crunch 381. Sunsets on ASE, New Horizons on ASA, FAQ. I don't know what that is, but I'm very excited to watch this video and react to it. Okay, let's watch it first. I can't wait. Is it just music? Okay, wait.
I can hear it?
Yeah. As we stand on the horizon between the ending of an era and the dawn of the next. Ooh. We'll take a moment to reflect on the extraordinary journey we've shared. Your exuberance and sense of community, the vivid tapestries of experiences you've woven into the world of Ark Survival Evolved have truly brought our creation to life. You're the beating heart of our little dinosaur game. Some might consider the upcoming transition a bittersweet occasion, punctuated by a sense of loss and sadness. We feel otherwise. Unofficial ASE is in great hands, yours. But as one chapter concludes, another unfolds. And again, our stories will mix with yours to create something greater than the sum of the two parts. Remember, it's not farewell. It's see you real soon. With more ASA news, reveals, gameplay, and ultimately the launch of Ark Survival Ascended near the end of October. So survivors, thank you for the 8 incredible years, and here's to many more. With a heartfelt gratitude and dino-sized enthusiasm, the Studio Wild Cartoon. Dang. Crazy. Chestosaurus. It looks like we are going to end up getting the compartmentalized saddle, which is pretty cool. And we have the Q&A that they've been teasing. Okay, let's quick first. We're going to get the Chestosaurus out of the way. This odd variant of Chestosaurus seems to be curious about humans and its distant relative, the Ichthyosaur. It's sure got my attention with one of these sea monsters swam up and had a look at me. Luckily, its bulk turns out to be worse than its bite. Chestosaurus has weaponized the ultrasonic chirps it uses for echolocation. It can force those sounds into a tight cone that disorients prey, or winds its effects to blast apart schools of fish in a concussive wave. Taming the Chestosaur. Taming the Chestosaur. Oh god, it's getting really loud, sorry. I hope you could even hear me. Okay, I restarted it. Taming the Chestosaur was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I brought along some Ichthyosaur pals to entertain their larger cousin while I scrapped some of its Ichthyosaur itchy barnacles off with a sickle. From then on, I had a gigantic escort in the waters. Some tribes managed to kit their finny friend with a periscope torpedo bays and even a cargo hold. Those Chestosaurs end up looking something like the old kids cartoon with cavemen who turned dinosaurs into cars and submarines. That's cool. Okay, here's what we wanted to know. Ark Survival Ascended Q&A. Hey survivors, we're going to recap some of the information we've shared regarding Ark Survival Ascended in this crunch, along with touching on some of the topics that we haven't covered and expanded on some that have. If you have been following along in the last few months, you might have already known some of this information, but we've seen a lot of questions lately, so let's start with some basics before diving into some of the more frequently asked questions from the community. If you already knew about ASA, feel free to skip this part. What is ASA? Ark Survival Ascended ASA is the next generation remake of our beloved Ark Survival Evolved, harnessing the power of Unreal Engine 5. When is it launching? The launch is just around the corner. We'll reveal the launch trailer screenshots and set the game live at the end of October. We'll reveal the launch. So I don't think... Stop.
Did I do something?
Yeah, you're squeaking your chair.
Oh, sorry.
It's really loud. Sorry. The launch is just on the corner. We'll reveal the launch trailer screenshots and set the game live at the end of October.
They're still saying they're gonna go live at the end of October.
Yes, but they're saying we're not even gonna get trailers or screenshots until the end of October. Where can you play it? Xbox Series S, X, PlayStation 5, and PC. Some people were really worried about that. Why are you doing it? There are various reasons we've decided to take this approach. One is to refine the development team's skills on Unreal Engine 5, how far it can be pushed to the next generation titles like Ark 2. Another factor is for the business reasons. Developing a next generation sequel while no longer releasing paid expansion packs has proven difficult for our studio's long-term survival, so we need to continue generating revenue while we develop Ark 2. And finally, the ultimate reason, whereas Ark 2 is being designed as a Souls-like adventure, we want to provide the community with an evergreen classic Ark experience, one that can continue to grow over time on a cleaned up code base, leveraging new technologies advancements, not only in the industry but also while we've been working on the Ark franchise as a creative whole. How are you leveraging the new technologies? Another question could result in a quite mouthful response, so we'll try to keep it simple. Here's what'll be coming with ASA. Ark's codebase has been rewritten and the artwork recreated by hand to take full advantage of Unreal Engine 5, including its Lumen and Nanite systems. Advanced graphics and features such as dynamic water, using custom Fluid Ninja's integration, which is awesome, completely interactive physical foliage, and more systems to create a beautiful, immersive, and next-generation experience. Cross-platform modding, we're working with Overwolf to provide an industry... I'll just let the music stop. An industry-first cross-platform modding experience where mods created on PC are delivered directly to your console from a custom modding backend and in-game user mod browser. The modding capabilities for creators, including using the full power of Unreal Engine 5, including blueprints to create any kind of new content or gameplay within Ark. Full cross-platform multiplayer, new content, quality of life improvements, balance, and gameplay changes, including but not limited to overtime. We'll be releasing 11 brand new creatures, more than any previous DLC expansion. New mini-map system to pan, zoom, and ping. New structures to display cases, smaller tech teleporters, building pieces, and major building system overhauls. New gameplay items, dynamic navigation, mesh, and creature pathfinding overhaul, AI pathfinding. Oh, that's kind of cool. Total UI revamp, photo mode, new camera systems for players and dinos where the option to revert to the old system. So that they're talking about the new third person mode that they're testing for Ark 2. New player character assets with revamps and improved customizations. Gamepad virtual cursor UI input system. Oh, that'll be really nice for console. New Dino Manager system. View the real-time status, and track locations of all your creatures at will through one unified menu. That's cool. The key thing to remember with Ark Survival Ascended is we'll include all of the previously released DLCs and maps in its remastered form and will have its own content roadmap. This will include our new story content for the game, its own gameplay quality of life changes, new DLC, seasonal events, and more. Some things we're not quite ready to talk about yet. Okay, so that's everything we already know. So just to recap on this is what I've been saying all along, which is ASA is going to be around for a very long time, and their idea is to keep upgrading it and keep putting more content out because Ark 2 is basically going to be a brand new separate style game that people might not like, which I'm thinking is going to be a lot more MMORPG-ish if it has multiplayer, which is cool because you're going to get more story mode. Will there be a pre-order, get access to the game early, exclusive content preloading? We aren't planning on making Ark Survival Ascended available for pre-order. You can purchase the game towards the end of October when we reveal the trailer and related media. There are no plans to allow anyone to access the game early. You will all have access at the same time, and no intentions to release exclusive content only available at launch. As we intend to set the game live immediately when it's ready for purchase, you cannot preload.
Wow.
So we have to purchase the game, then start the download. I'm not even going to be able to stream until the game goes live. I'm going to have to end stream once the game goes live just to download it so we can download faster.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us more about crossplay. How will it work? Okay, so we will have 3-phase system for rollout of crossplay. This is because it allows us to iterate more rapidly after launching a fresh title, makes managing our operations much less complicated, allowing us to deliver a better experience. Also, we're waiting for updates on the engine plugins side to enhance the experience further. Phase 1 launch, timeframe October. Crossplay will be enabled for Xbox Series X, S, Windows PC, and PlayStation 5. Crossplay will not work with Steam's PC at launch. Why? Frankly, when we launch the game, we'll have to patch a lot because you're going to find things we missed or break the game in ways we never intended. And we'd prefer to be able to patch Steam platform very quickly to resolve these issues. Once the game has passed launch hurdles and we enter a more stable state, certifying builds on other platforms will be much quicker. And so at that point, we'll look into enabling full crossplay. So basically, they're going to allow Steam to update way quicker, and then console and Windows PC version, like through the Microsoft Store, is going to be a secondary one because it's going to take longer for them to put it out, and it's going to be bigger chunks of updates. So you're going to get little updates on Steam, big chunks for console. We'll split official servers between the respective crossplay platforms. We also intend to host some servers that are crossplay only between Xbox and PlayStation 5 to keep out the PC master race folks, namely so you stop asking us about it on Twitter. That's funny. Full crossplay timeline for phase 2 is December. This is a wild card ETA. That's funny. So it's not going to be December. That's what they're saying. Okay, crossplay is now enabled on all platforms, meaning Steam can play with Xbox, vice versa. At this point, we'll be at a stage where the game can fully enable crossplay on all platforms. That means they'll be aiming to patch all platforms simultaneously and keep them running on the same version. And at this point, Steam users will be able to play on the same servers as their console friends directly. This applies to both unofficial and official servers. But don't worry, we'll still have a separate official network that is restricted to just Xbox, PlayStation without PC. Phase 3, cross progression. That's cool. Timeframe is 2024. Cross progression isn't going to be enabled with full crossplay because we'll need to integrate some forthcoming updates to the Epic online service systems. We don't have an exact timeline for that because it's out of our control and the integration may take some time. Plus, we'll start working out the kinks of how we intend to enable cross progression for existing accounts. So we'll share more on that later. What changes have been made to servers? There's so much info here. Holy cow. What changes have we made to servers? So we made a few changes to our servers. First of all, we've increased the stasis replication range for structures significantly and dynos by about 70%. This means you'll be able to see them from further away before they de-render. Additionally, we'll make use of instance rendering for all our structure tile sets. Think building pieces, meaning bases are going to run a lot better. At the moment, we'll still keep the server capped at 70 players. With a lot of the other changes we've made, we've had to make some trade-offs, and right now the tech nor hardware isn't quite there yet to increase the slot cap much higher. We'll be elevating this over time to see where we can increase it and as future engine upgrades and optimizations come through either via Epic or us. Of course, player-run official servers can increase to 100 plus players, and that is highly viable if they reduce the stasis replication range or lower the maximum dino counts. What content changes have been made for day 1? Caves, rafts, cryopods, tech, and giant squirrels? What? This is a hot topic as we wanted to clarify our intentions. We wouldn't be surprised if some have slipped through the cracks. Generally, we intend to release content based on the map it launched with. It doesn't matter when it launched, for example. The rafts will be available on day 1 and the Rhinoganathia on island. However, tech creature variants and cryopods will not be available.
No. No.
No.
That's gonna suck.
We're not getting cryopods
No.
until like December 2024, that means.
No. Oh no.
There goes my sleep schedule. I might as well quit my job right now. Okay. We have done a pass on caves with some balance adjustments to choke points and improve the cave's internal space appearance. We were hesitant to make dramatic changes to cave balance as, while the meta and ASE had flaws, we didn't feel a complete overhaul was wise. Between these changes and other adjustments throughout the game, we expect to see some shifts in the meta players create. We plan to monitor the impact of these moving parts in the hands of thousands of players and pivot as needed post-launch. I'm just thinking back to this cryopod situation. Do you know what that means? I don't know if that base location is going to work. I'm going to have to think very long about where we're building and everything like that.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. There's some other stuff here though. Okay. Honestly, there's a fair number of changes on the gameplay side. Overhauled building, disabled leveling of movement speed on creatures and players on official network. Wow. Do you know what that means?
No.
The note run isn't going to matter.
Wait, you can't do movement speed?
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that. I want to finish reading everything and then we'll talk for the podcast section of this stream. Okay. Small dino quality of life's breeding changes. This one sounds scary, we know. Our product and QA team were freaking out about it, but generally our intention hasn't been to change the strength of creatures, but to make the implementations cleaner. Previously, mutations were based on the creature's wild stat multiplier, and now we've given it its multiplier. This has led to some creatures receiving some buffs and nerfs in particular stats. We intend to rebalance this over time as we evaluate their roles in the meta. We'll want your feedback on this. We have not fixed getting more than 20 mutations, but we've removed the 255 cap, so the servers can specify a cap. We'll leave it on officials to 255, but it's open to adjustments. Of course, these examples don't cover everything. You can expect to see redesigns in ASA. We could wax lyrically about the environments, water, sky, and how adorable wild babies are. Oh! But we'll let the game speak thousands of words really soon. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Okay, character creation overhaul. It was paramount to our art team that we overhaul the character creation system for ASA, and the characters look less survival jank, and we successfully did that. And then we decided to say screw it and allow you to mess with the bones and scalars anyways. So yeah, you can make something that feels nice and polished, or you can choose to make a character whose questionable proportions that looks like it belongs to Ark Survival Evolved, but next gen. Is there new Garth Coker music? Sorry, in main menu, can't hear you over the new music.
Yes.
Crazy. Oh, I'm just going to blast that music. That's going to be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I got chills. Okay, DLSS, RTXDI, and Frame Gen. We're working very closely with NVIDIA on all things, and they're actually an in-game code themselves. They're actually in our game code themselves doing all the things. We can read more about these systems on the blogs, but our goal is to launch with as much as we can and have it shortly thereafter. Unreal Engine 5.2, why not 5.3? Unreal Engine 5.3 is a relatively recent release. We've been keeping up with the changes with Epic is working on. It's too soon for us to integrate thoroughly and quite frankly, quite risky this close to launch. For now, we've decided to cherry pick some things from 5.3 that we like, such as nav mash improvements, as well as the landscape. And over time, we'll continue to upgrade the entire engine to 5.3 and beyond. Gameplay when? You will 100% be able to see to see the game via a trailer/screenshots before you purchase the game in October. Not getting any more specific than that. What about cheaters? We'll see. We will still be working on the anti-cheat for ASA. We won't be sharing any more information about anti-cheat as it doesn't benefit anyone to do so. The anti-cheat will work cross-platform, and we intend to create more systems to use our live operations to battle against cheaters, which again, we won't talk about much because it's better to keep it close to our chest. We'll be doing another bounty program with ASA, so you can look forward to making some money while making hackers cry as they lay in their beds alone with their parents disappointed in them. Okay. The Survival of the Fittest 5.0. So we're going back to the same name, Survival of the SOTIF. It's easier to say than TSOTF. The most important thing is SOTIF will not be available at launch. We still intend to do it, but we are putting all our time, resources, energy, blood, sweat into remastering the game to make it as good as possible after launch. We'll be tackling remastering SOTIF as an in-game downloadable mod for the winter release. Why no SOTIF? Will there still be a queue? There will not be a queue system at launch. Given we intended to have it implemented with SOTIF, we're still weighing up the technicalities and limitations implementing this, whether it's worth it for the game, depending on the direction we take with SOTIF, but we hear the concerns about queue botting and will make sure to have server-side configurables that can be disabled and will be on our official PvP servers as we implement measures to prevent this, such as blocking from the same connection, hardware, etc. Events, extra life, ASA content.
Do you mind if I start reading?
No.
Give you a break?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yes, we'll still be doing these. The first ASA event will be extra life. Bonus rates and all that jazz. And then we'll be doing our first content related event in December with the launch of Winter Wonderland. As mentioned above, ASA will have its own content roadmap, but it's too soon to talk about that. Okay. Developers, QAs, blogs, vlogs, streams, etc. We have intentionally been very quiet.
You skipped creature submissions. What's the plan?
Oh, honestly, it's taken us a long time to get this Shasta dossier done because it's the design and tech investigation required to ensure it was viable for us to create the creature's abilities without destroying the game. It's a challenge, but we're getting it done. This kind of threw a spanner in our calendar for doing creature votes. We might take a break because voter fatigue is creeping in. Plus, once ASA ships, the meta might establish a need for a different type of creature. We want to give you some time before the next vote to think about it. Okay, I'm fine with that. We have intentionally been very quiet this last year. We've been working aggressively on shipping ASA. Once the game is out the door, we intend to do a 180 and will become more directly engaged with the community. We've been reading and monitoring throughout trust. This could include more Q&As, streams, etc. But the general idea is that our quiet days are ending with the launch of ASA, and there you will get to see us directly what we're cooking up. Thank you for reading the Q&A, guys. It's been great answering all your questions. Please check out our new release, Ark Survival Ascended, coming to a virtual game store near you at the end of October. Our official Play Ark Discord will be one for the main social hubs for the ASA launch and beyond. This is the only official Discord run by Studio Wildcard. Really, it's run by our wonderful mods and admins. Please say hi to them. And if you haven't joined the incredible 200,000 Ark community members there, you may want to check it out. That was a lot of talking. Okay. So back up here. It's coming at the end of October. That's all we know. We don't know when. My money is on October 6th is when we're going to get a date. I think next Friday. They'll give us a date. In-game changes for day one. Overhaul building. We're going to get more S Plus stuff, I think. I think it's going to be a lot more like the Atlas building system that they have. Which is really nice. I enjoy it. It's going to be good. I hope it's good at least. Disabled movement speed on creatures and players on the official network. This is going to be crazy. Not having movement speed. For one, I bet PvP is like divided completely on this because so many people were like, let's get rid of movement speed because it'll make the game more fun because you're not just going to be running around with a bowl all the time. but also it's going to make the game much, much slower. For people is going to be insane. For the start of the game, I have to rethink everything for our plan for the start of the start. Okay, I don't know if I understand this. Previously, mutations were based on a creature's wild stat multiplier. And now we've given it its multiplier. What do you think that means?
I think it's a fixed multiplier depending on the creature. So it doesn't like randomly generate a multiplier based on the wild creature. Or it can have its own multiplier once it's bred. Probably we'll have to check in on that one.
Yeah. We have not fixed getting more than 20 mutations, but we removed the 255 cap so the servers can specify a cap. We'll leave it as is for our official 255, but it's open to adjustments. So we might end up getting higher than level 255 for the, official servers. It's literally an Astra Cetus.
In the water.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to do it for today's stream, though. Thank you all for being here. I'm very excited for ASA. Yeah. Streams hopefully will continue next week, getting ready for the launch of ASA. See you.